Yo, both of y'all missed it?
Nah. we seen your new hoes.
Okay, I'm just saying, got some new hoes up in there. One of them had the little Michael Jackson thing going on. Shabbat Lee. That's messed up. Thought found some new hoes. I thought y'all would have marked out for that. See that? And they were a little classier too. They weren't, over there dancing in a strip club. There was no pole, allegedly. Sam, welcome to the party. Can't please everybody, Sam. That's all I'm saying. Glad you didn't give up on us and all the technical difficulties. As we went around and these hoes we got to pay about $350. But at least they get a little extra trademark dancing in there. But thank you for hanging out with us. Welcome. That wasn't me. I ain't do it. So it is us. It is Saturday. Our crazy behinds came back one more time just to entertain you, talk some trash, and dissect everything that is involved in sports entertainment, wrestling, and wrestling. So welcome to the Wrestemaniacs on this Saturday night on the mothership. Got the big guy KG, the newbie and sumo, myself, the people's choice. Gentlemen, how are y'all doing this fine Saturday evening? If it happens, trust me, we will be celebrating on here. But we got the expert, the newbie and sumo, to let us know if any government money is coming, since he know the government real well. Any insight?
I don't know nothing about the government. I don't know what you're talking about.
I guess
hold on, I do.
Oh, you know something about the government?
Yeah, I know something.
What you know about that government?
If you waiting for a $5,000 check, a $8,000 check, a $3,000 check, a $2,500 check, or whatever that you think that Elon Musk is gonna give you, look here. When you get your check, I got some beachfront property in Utah to sell to you.
Now, what you gonna say when people really do get those checks? You better have that beachfront property.
No, you know what I'm gonna say? Everybody that said you got what you voted for, and you told people that the leopard's gonna eat your face, I want you to send that check back because that's against your morals. Don't spend that check.
Oh no, see? Now you done brought out the wrong thing. Sam over here fact checking. See what happens when we talk politics? Now he out there fact checking. Ain't got no beaches, man. But if you do get that $5,000 check, KG will go ahead and start digging one. It may more look like a moat, but he will dig it out and fill it up with some water, and then you'll be good to go.
If you really think they're gonna give you some money. Nah, I ain't against free money. I just know what I know, and I know certain people because of the type of people they are. You don't get to be that rich by giving out stuff. And you just said you wanted to cut government spending and you want to stop giving out government handouts, but you believe they're going to give you a government handout? Really? They don't even want to pay the people that they're firing.
Go ahead, say it, Sumo. I was going to segue to you saying it anyway.
This thing is free. Ain't nothing free in this world.
You know what free come with.
You know you paid for it. You that's money that you've already given them. So you're not getting anything that you haven't given them already.
Well, all I got to do just do the stimulus again. God dang it! Like I got too many kids. I need that hookup. Let me get some of that. God dang.
Let me take you back in time a little bit.
Uh-oh.
You remember?
I see the train going to the left.
No,
we're about to go off the rails early. Go ahead.
No. You remember under W? And yes, Sam, I would accept that check if it was from WWE because they owe me money. They owe Don money. They owe Sumo money. We were going to accept that check. That's different. But if you remember under W, we got that right when he got in the office. He gave everybody a stimulus check. And I used to think that was one of the greatest things about his presidency because he gave us this money. No. That money that he gave us threw us into such of a mini recession because that was the surplus that was left over from the Clinton administration. Because Clinton left the economy in the black. Now, if you don't know about finance, you don't want to be in the red because that means you're underwater In the green, this means you're just making just enough money to even out. In the black means you have a surplus of money and you're doing really, really good. Clinton left the country in the black with the finances because the creation of jobs, the wealth, everything. When Bush took over, he gave everybody money from that. 2 stimulus checks, 2 rounds of stimulus checks, because that stimulus check paid for my first PlayStation 2. So he did that. But it threw us in such a recession because prices of everything went up, and then we had a war on top of that.
I don't remember getting a stimulus check.
I do. I don't remember very good. You don't remember that?
No.
This was 2000.
I remember selling some PS2s, but I don't remember getting no extra money for PS2.
This is like springtime 2001.
Was it a national stimulus?
It was a national just a DC thing? No, it was a national thing because everybody got one. The first round was like $700, and the second round was like $250.
Should they owe me some money then?
Yeah, I remember that. 2001, spring 2001. I was with ESPN Zone, so no, I ain't get that.
Spring 2001. I had already no. It wasn't spring. I'm sorry, it wasn't spring. It had to be summer. Was it summer 2001? It had to be summer 2001 because the first Madden I bought was Madden 2002. So it was sometime in 2001. It was either early summer or late summer, but I think it was right before September 11th. And yeah, 700 was a lot because I took that 700. I paid $3 something for my PlayStation 2, which I still have. It's over there somewhere on the floor. But it's
you sure you're not talking about after that, KG?
Oh,
because 9/11, I was working at the Zone.
No, because this is after I had left the Zone, and I was at.
Okay, well, yeah, you weren't there. That's right. Yeah, you weren't there when I came back.
Yeah, so this is 2001. I left in 2000.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And he gave this stimulus.
I still remember that money. I needed that.
I remember getting the check in the mail.
At that point, I could have got some diapers. Maybe it did happen. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I was young and dumb. At that point, I don't know what I did with half the money. If I could go ahead and recoup half the money I just pissed away, shoot, I wouldn't be talking to y'all right now. Sam, I'd be on the beach somewhere like the middle of Arkansas. That's where I'd be. Shoot.
I said I don't remember getting 1 check, let alone 2. I didn't even get 2 when when Trump did it the first time.
You didn't get it? Why not?
I got the $1,400 one, but I didn't get in. But I heard there was like 2 or 3 two of them after that. I didn't get in.
You should have knocked somebody up. You could have got that money. KG, man, shoot, I'm surprised you ain't retired. I don't think I
for them because I think those had something to do with children, and I don't have any of those things.
Shoot, you could have stole some, allegedly.
No, it was actually 2 rounds of stimulus the last time for COVID. One was from Trump and one was from Biden because Biden had the $600.
Actually, I don't think I got the third.
So it was 2 rounds the last time too.
Maybe I did. I don't know. All that was a blur. I was young whippersnapper back then too.
You got to understand. A lot of this is when Madden used to keep records. So when you would break a record, it would have the day that you broke the record on it. And I remember playing PlayStation 2 because I was playing in Madden 2001. I played with the Vikings. Nope, I played with Carolina. I played with the Vikings.
You got happy.
I played with the Vikings.
Never mind. You took it away. Got that Indian giver.
The first time I was playing with the Vikings. Then I played with Carolina and we went 12-4. I remember that. And I set like a bunch of records on September 11th. Because I didn't want to watch TV no more. So I gamed all night because I couldn't deal with it. But yeah, that's how I remember that. Because I remember what game I was playing at that time. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad you old and you got a good memory.
A stimulus, that's the worst thing you can do at this present point. We are already on the verge of a recession. The housing market in DC is about to collapse.
Let me throw a curveball at you. Now, if in my opinion, we're supposed to be in in debt. not in my opinion, that's what they say. We're in debt. But yet somehow we gave a crap ton of money to Ukraine. I got it against the Ukrainians. Don't know any. What's the difference between instead of giving it and sending it overseas, instead of giving it to the American people? Now I don't know how they're going to stimulate the homeless people, but they need to figure that part out. But so what if they don't give money overseas? Like, hey, Ukrainian people, sorry, y'all gonna owe us some of that money back, but we're gonna give this money to the American people in the form of $5,000. How would you feel about that? Just playing devil's advocate.
It's not. Number one, it wouldn't happen, because if that's the case, if they say it takes $10 million to fix the water in Flint, Michigan, and you still have yet to do it with $10 million, you still haven't fixed it. And every time somebody comes in and tries to help, whether it's delivering water or having the dude that was bringing the water filtration system that he had out there that was pulling the moisture from the air and creating water, and somebody destroyed it. You won't take $10 million to fix their water pipes. And it's been, 15 years now? It takes $1 billion, $1 billion, to end homelessness in America, and you won't do it. What makes you think they're going to give your black ass, my black ass, $5,000? Well, if you can't even do right by the people that really need it.
Because they know what you're going to do with it. They're going to raise the price of the stuff that they know you're going to buy, and you're going to run out and spend the money and give right back. Most folks, are not going to invest it or do something to get them out of debt. They just going to go ahead and give right back. I'm looking forward to it because I got a lot of PS5 Pros to sell. Come on down.
That right there, it's all about.
That's the problem.
Stimulating the economy. But if they give you $5,000, the first thing you do is run out and say, you know what, I'm gonna take this $5,000, I'm gonna put it down on a BMW 3 Series that's 15 years old and got an oil leak because I just want a BMW. Like, it's the mindset. Like, really, it's not where it's at.
Close.
Yeah. Everybody don't think the way we think. Now, the way we think, totally different. We thinking about, we not today people, we're tomorrow people. That's why we all get along so well, because we're tomorrow people. We think about what could happen, not what is happening.
Oh shoot. Yes. Sorry. I just saw that. Sam, you on rare form tonight. I'll tell you that much. Buy some hose for $5,000 to get you a lot of them. I'm telling you. I know where they are. They may also dance for you for free.
You also got to remember, you got a dude that's quite possibly the richest man alive, who has been given total autonomy to gut the government, but he's only gutting and firing the people, the heads of departments that he has beef with, that have brung up charges and all these things to, with SpaceX and Tesla, and, holding him accountable. Those are people that he's trying to get rid of immediately. But he's also not talking about the billions of dollars in government contracts that he also has. You're talking about a man who thinks he's rich, that's the commander-in-chief, who wants to cut the Department of Education, the free lunch program, which, ironically, the free lunch program in WIC was started by the Black Panthers, and the government didn't like it. But then 2 years later, after they destroyed the Panthers government, their WIC program and their free lunch and breakfast program, they started their own. But now he wants to destroy that so kids can't eat for free. You think he's really going to give you something when he's trying to take everything away from you now? Yeah, no.
I've been talking about it for years. If you haven't seen Mike Judge's movie Idiocracy, you need to watch that. That's pretty much the tail of the tape right there. As plain as day, that's where we're headed. The more they take stuff out, the closer we get to that movie. But if it happens, I'm gonna give KG about $350, so he could go invest it in some some mumbo sauce, and then flip that for me, and then we'll be good. We'll be out there by that Metro PCS, and you know what I'm saying, get me some money, and we'll be good.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with the Crank Corner now. Chuck Brown waiting in Florida Avenue.
That's right. So,
and Sam, even if Rush Limbaugh was here, Rush Limbaugh wouldn't save you. He'd be on the train with this idiocracies too.
Well, 16 minutes worth of politics. Obviously, we're not going to solve the world, unfortunately. But I promised I was going to bring this up to you guys during our pre-show meeting. Have y'all ever heard of the BYB Extreme Fighting? That's exactly what I had as I was scrolling through. It's on Vice, but BYB. I don't know what the Y stands for, but it's bare knuckle fighting. So we've got the squared circle, we've got an octagon, and these fools are fighting in a triangle. And that's the thing that that's like, wait a minute, is that a damn triangle? Like, yeah, it's a triangle. So they fighting. They got a good crowd and everything else. I was just curious to see if y'all had ever heard of the BYB, because obviously I thought it was bring your beer, but no, these dudes, most of them look kind of European and crazy. This dude bare knuckle record that's walking in right now, Dan Wilson, will put you over. He's got a 1-0 record, so we'll see if it's about to be 1-1, because I don't know, he looked like he about to get knocked the hell out, but we'll see. So something to look at. We'll plug Vice Sports. They're not paying us, but hey, you never know. I don't know if we can show.
I've heard of bare knuckle boxing or bare knuckle fighting or whatever. I know there's some leagues out there, but I've never heard of that particular one. Maybe it's the one that I just don't recognize the letters, but I know there's one out there. There was somebody that I remember. I can't remember who it was now, but I think they were talking about getting into a fight at some point. So they were a boxer. They're known for boxing, but they were going to get into a bare knuckle fight at some point.
Yeah, well, these two guys are Americans. They got a little bit of credibility because Cody Big Mo, I'm not going to try his last name. That was the announcer for the Tyson fight earlier. Was it last year? Well, if you want to call it a fight. So, he did that Netflix special. So they got a little bit of at least credibility. I recognize one person. Sam, straight up for that. You daggone right, Kimbo Slice. We'll see, if I turn the camera around, if it'll, it may zero out there, but it's going to be a little bit of a shadow. They're not doing anything right now, but, so little bare knuckle triangle fighting. That's what they're getting into. Yeah, this dude, I don't know. This dude out of Vegas looked like he about to get knocked the hell out. But BYB, if you want to watch it, it's on Vice Sports. If you want to see some people, hug each other a lot because they hitting each other hard, then you're more than welcome to. In the meantime, if we decide to take, after 20 minutes worth of conversation and slide it back into some wrestling, we got to do some particulars that we haven't done in quite some time. First one is Nubian Sumo, and saw you fire up a little something. I'm imagine Port's a little something. And then you wearing a T-shirt that I don't recognize. So I think that's new or new to the show. I don't think you've worn that before. It doesn't look familiar. I could be wrong.
I've worn it before. I've worn it before. You should recognize it as from one of your favorite factions.
I can't. It's so small, doing this side by side thing that I'm doing. All the pictures are small, so I can't really see it.
It's LIJ.
It's what?
Los Ingobernables de
Respect on that. No, I missed that. So what you drinking? I know you're smoking on something.
We don't unless we getting paid. We ain't talking about that stuff
I
anymore.
thought we was good.
Oh, we were good. We're good on one.
Oh, okay.
We're good on one. Why not good on all?
So, oh damn!
One.
I told you. I told you.
There's only one that has shown us love at all, and that is Fort Mose. I know we haven't spoken to them about them for a while because I was in my feelings, but they showed us love. They put me in a advertisement on Instagram that they had a few weeks back, about a month ago, probably a little less than a month ago. And they put one of my reviews of their bourbon on their website.
Give me a
So
little quick
of that.
peek of some ass whooping. Oh dang! Yeah, they stopped that fight. Dudes.
So now they have our promo code is still good. www.buyfortmosaic.com/discount/maniacs.
Okay.
Get you 10% off on that if you want to get into that. Buy 2 bottles, free shipping. And for Black History Month, they have it so that if you buy a bottle of their Fort Mose bourbon, you get an autographed signed bottle of their rye for half off, signed by Mr. Victor George, who is the founder of Fort Mose Distillery.
Oh wow.
So and
Did
and
you
he
order?
also has a vodka out. Oh yes, I have my order in. I'm waiting for it to get in. So I used my promo code. So um, again, www.buyfortmose.com/discount/maniacs. Get you 10%. 2 bottles get you free shipping. And if you if you do take advantage of Black History Month this month, you can have a bottle of the Fort Mose Rye autographed by Victor George and get half off. So take advantage of it while you can.
Yep, got a couple more days to do so, and appreciate that, Sam. I do agree we need more sponsors that are crazy enough to allow us to talk about whatever they are providing, services or otherwise. So, we welcome all opportunities to put businesses over and help them out as much as we can. So it's nothing that we haven't done in the past on our OG radio side, radio podcast-ish side of things. KG, did we lose him?
You
No,
over
I'm
there,
still
woman of
here.
a hot
I'm,
pot.
I'm looking at something.
This is not the right time to be checking out your OnlyFans page. Or are you watching a hidden camera video from Jordan Grace's house?
What? Look, just because you don't like feet ain't my problem.
I like my feet.
I like your feet.
But I don't need to be around and hanging on the tips of everybody else's feet. I don't know what kind of freak nasty stuff they got going on over there.
One of these days. One of these days, Alex.
Homemade tortillas. No, you probably eating them damn Hot Pockets, Sam.
Nope.
Or a taquito or something. He always, every time that camera go off, he nibbling on something.
I'm actually chilling.
Food or otherwise. But gentlemen, we had a little something special that we didn't get a chance to talk about last week, but it's starting to become bigger and bigger now that the official contract has been signed for employment. Friend to the show, Ricky Starks, former Ricky Starks from AEW fame, has now transitioned over and become Ricky Saints as a part of NXT. In a recent interview, Ricky Saints stated that the reason why he chose that name was because it harks back to his Louisiana heritage. And, he thought it was a pretty cool name. Not too far off from the core brand, but just a subtle change enough for it to satisfy the needs of the WWE to be able to monetize and trademark. So, what are y'all thinking? We talked about last week Ethan Page, and the mark and the impact that he's made transitioning over from AEW, from barely being used, just a guy, to having some strong storyline content and being happier, to his own admission, in NXT. And now we've got the next person from AEW transitioning over that is getting the star treatment. So what's your thoughts on good old Ricky Saints coming to NXT?
Well, they started him out pretty good. I mean, they really aren't doing anything much with him. I mean, they're going ahead and putting him in the mix with everything. I see that they've got him mixed up with Wes Lee right now, so that should be interesting. We'll see if he makes an appearance on TNA, which most likely will happen at some point. Could he be after the North American title? Are they going to go ahead and put him in the mix for the NXT title? I mean, it's not. We talked last week about how the pool in the NXT Championship picture is kind of shallow at this point. I mean, you got Moose coming over from NXT and pretty much challenging Obafemi. Mm-hmm. And then Obafemi coming over on Thursday night to help out. And now he's got a tag match with the Hardys against the System coming up next Thursday. So they'll they'll go ahead and put him in the picks for the NXT title. Not too many, like as we were talking about, there's not too many people in that pool right now, so they need all the help they can get. Trying to bring in people for Oprah, feel me? Maybe he'll have more people to challenge him if he gets rid of that sissified bop he got. But
there you go with that.
Hey, you think he wouldn't have done it on TNA, but he brought it over with him.
I will give you one thing that
what I realized is it's all Nigerians. It's Nigerian. It's not the fact that it's Obafemi, it's just Nigerians. Because you saw that goofiness that Moose brought to NXT.
Well, I'll put you over.
The shoulders, him with the shoulders is almost like Obafemi with the bop. And then, they had that close up of Moose right before he went out to started walking to the ring, looking like he constipated.
I'll give it to you. Obafemi's one bop, because it was so short from the entrance ramp to the ring. He only got one bop in. I had to be like, in my head, all right, James was right. The dude looks stupid with the one bop. Now, if he bopping all the way down, that's a different story, because it fit the entrance. But the one bop, yeah, that was kind of whack. And Moose, I don't know if Moose was, when he came to NXT, was kind of nervous. I didn't get the intimidation factor that you normally would see from Moose in TNA. I think he was just, let me know if either one of you guys caught up on that, but it seemed like he was just a little nervous and not settled in. So that confrontation was just kind of a little awkward from the Moose end. Obafemi was doing his thing, but Moose just seemed a little, not as hardcore. He looked a little soft. Did you check that out? He gone again?
No, I was gonna let Sumo go because I gotta let you guys go because I didn't check it out. I heard about it, but I haven't had a chance to really see it, and I gotta now be on the lookout for this bop. And then I might imitate it myself on the show.
You haven't seen the bop yet?
No, please don't.
Go. Google Obafemi entrance. Watch the bop, and then turn the camera on and tell us what you think. So okay. Go, Sumo. You can talk about the Moose thing. Did you think he was a little nervous, or I don't know. Did you see something different?
I didn't see anything different from him being on TNA to being on NXT. I mean, it's a natural thing for them to get together. Like I said, two Nigerians, both of them pretty much at the height of their organizations where they are. For Obafemi being NXT champion and being top guy in NXT right now. Moose being former world champion, current NXT champion. You know, being one of the top guys in TNA right now. So it's a natural fit for them two to get together. As far as him seemed like him being out of place or being awkward, I didn't get that, you know.
Okay.
But I mean, it seemed all right to me.
It could have been me just catching the wrong vibe. I'm just like, man, Moose just didn't look so intimidating. When he was talking to Obafemi, I'm used to Moose looking like he about to just rip somebody's head off. When he's cutting the promos,
usually stands over everybody. Where
that's true too. Yeah,
he seemed to be like same for same in the over. So he didn't have that overpowering factor, that he usually has against most folks. So yeah,
I do remember maybe a couple months ago that y'all were talking about how they weren't really sending anybody of note over to TNA, and now we're starting to see a little bit more of a bigger exchange between the two. What do you think about the there's a small little rumor going around, but our pal John Cena doesn't win the Elimination Chamber, but he does go up against Joe Hendry. I said his name now, messed up his name, so he won't show up. But he does go up against Joe Hendry and beats Joe Hendry. So he becomes TNA champion, is this little rumor that I saw somewhere on the social medias. And then, that's how he becomes champion. Obviously, he'll lose it subsequently after. But, do you think that's a lane that could be possible for John Cena to protect the direction of WrestleMania?
I think it protects people. It protects WWE as a whole. I mean, think about it. You got the guy that's been on top all this time. He's on his retirement tour. He's supposed to go out on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Who in the WWE is he going to beat? That's going to keep them relevant. He can't beat Cody.
Right.
He can't beat Roman.
Mm-mm.
He can't beat Gunther.
Or
he can't
Seth.
beat Jay. He can't beat Seth. So, but everybody wants him to have 17. So, what's the best way to do it? Send him to TNA. Joe Hendry versus John Cena at Slammiversary.
Mm-hmm.
Lets him win 17. Holds the belt for a couple of months. Let him defend it on WWE television a couple of times against somebody mid card like LA Knight or somebody who has or somebody that has an affiliate. Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. Somebody that has a TNA affiliation, like an Archer or somebody
AJ.
or AJ Styles or somebody like that. And then let him lose it toward the end, before the end of the year, like back to Joe Hendry at one of their big shows at the end of the year.
Yeah,
that gives him 17. That protects WWE from him messing up somebody's momentum or storyline. And he goes out somewhat on top.
right.
So whenever he does,
whoever
he decides to have his last match with, whoever he loses to, it's not as bad as him saying them beating them at one point and then having to rebuild themselves
Mm-hmm.
by beating somebody that's on their way out.
Yeah, and Joe Hendry could, you could dovetail that loss into the Believe tour, and go around kind of like Lex Express with a bus. It depends on if they want to. They could do that that level of production value, but the Joe Hendry tour bus driving around, getting everybody to believe, sign a petition, just showing up at random places, sign a petition so I can challenge John Cena for the second time, and then finally it happens. And then he loses. John Cena loses.
Plus, this also checks off a box for Cena before he leaves because he's never been in the independents.
Mm-hmm.
He's never been outside of WWE other than Florida when he first started. So
OVW.
this gives him a chance to be outside of WWE. He wins a title outside of WWE. Kind of reaffirms his thing is being the top guy on his way out.
Yep. Hey, I think that'd be a plan. I'm quite sure Joe Hendry would approve. But let me ask you all this. You mentioned John Cena having his final match. Who should it be? Truthfully, who should it be? Sam's talking about the Miz. But yeah, that was definitely a great feud. But, should it be a legend? Or should it be somebody current? Who should it be?
I know who it should have been.
Who's that?
It should have been Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
God. Oh my God.
Sam, I wish trips could come, but no amount of stem cells or anything. I don't know if Trips' heart can take it. That's the one thing that allegedly that I know of right now. I could be wrong for the medical end that this stem cell stuff that a lot of folks are doing to be able to come back. I don't know if that's going to fix the heart issue. But if it's possible, Lord knows I would love to see Triple H come out one more time and do his full entrance and everything else. I'd love to see it. I know KG, you would love to see it.
Of course I would.
But I don't know who his last is. I have no clue. I don't know. I know that there's a name out there, but I didn't look at it just because I didn't want to be swayed by it. But I've been thinking about it, and I don't know who would be the right person to be his last match.
Yeah,
I can't think of anybody that would have like unfinished business with him. I wanted to be somebody that he could harken back to something like 20 years ago and be like, this happened and we never squashed it. We never got to finish it out, that type thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I have to think about it some more.
Hold on.
The right person.
Did they ever finish the thing with him and The Rock when he called out The Rock?
Technically, yeah, they kind of squashed
Did we
that
ever
beat.
get to the end of that?
Yeah, Cena went to Hollywood. He went to Hollywood commercials.
But we never said that in the ring.
In the ring, I think they kind of they squashed it in social media. And because Cena saw where his career was going, and he couldn't, to his own admission, talk anymore about The Rock, and he's doing the same thing. Literally doing the same thing. Just not at the same scale, but he's everywhere. Voiceovers for commercials. He's filming a movie over here. All this stuff. It's the same. Sam is it's not going to post it. There we go. You're talking about Booker T, Penta, Jericho, but I doubt it. Tony, if that was the call, it'd be stupid for Tony Khan not to let Jericho go over. Hardcore Holly, that's interesting. Well, we know Bret Hart, it'd be nice, but Bret Hart, no. Hurricane, it could be one of the matches. And then
you know what I've been thinking about it right now. Thinking about it right now.
What you got?
CM Punk wouldn't be a bad choice.
Yeah.
Because wasn't it CM Punk that he beat John Cena to start when his contract ended?
Mm-hmm. With the pipe
He
bomb
wound
and
up
all that
leaving
stuff.
and putting. Wasn't that John Cena?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah. That was all during Cena's rise.
Yeah, so
That would be interesting.
yeah.
I wish it could be Kurt Angle, just to go full circle with ruthless aggression. What do you think about Chad
What about
Gable?
Brock Lesnar?
With Angle in his corner.
What about Brock Lesnar?
Nah, that's your boy. You want Brock Lesnar to just show up out of nowhere and go up against Cena? Side note, we'll shelve this, and I can ask y'all this question since you opened the door. What is y'all thoughts about this Janelle Grant thing? That now, not only Vince has said, "Hey, we're not doing this. Let's do a cease and desist," and I'm not trying to get with it. John Laurinaitis is saying the same thing, and now TKO Group WWE has joined Vince McMahon in trying to get the cease and desist and Janelle Grant her new complaint, to go to arbitration instead of it going where she's trying to go to court and have a jury trial. So we went from them totally disassociating themselves with Vince to now like, all right, we're gonna have to join this guy now because this mess is getting out of hand.
Yeah, because she's gonna try to bring in everybody she can to try to get some money out of them. I mean, Brock's already been put in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, who says TKO ain't gonna be involved is, kind of fruit of the poisonous tree in her eyes. So, the Rock will probably be involved in it as well at some point, and he's a director.
He gave me the eyebrow.
He came up to me talking about a cannoli.
Oh yeah, that's all of it. He said, "You heard what I said to Kevin Kelly."
Yes, about the strudel.
But do you think? And I'm not a lawyer or anything, but do you think it's starting to kind of hurt the case a little bit? To me, that's just me. What I'm about to say is not the thoughts or whatever of the Sideline Junkies or the Wrestemaniacs, but I think it just cheapens and just looks bad. Like I couldn't get Vince, or I may have got paid out by Vince, or whatever happened, to where you don't even hear this with Vince, and now she's like, well, let's name Brock Lesnar as a named person now. Okay, not a lot of traction with Brock. Let's go after the WWE again. Like, what the heck?
Well, it's not that this hasn't happened already. Remember what was old girl's name that sued everybody? Was suing states, suing all kinds of different. Had a laundry list of folks that she was suing.
Yep, trying to see what sticks.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, this is what happens when you get somebody that's desperate for money and just wants to put their name out. Just like this girl with the Lyft lawsuit.
I haven't heard of that. What's that one?
You ever heard about the girl with the Lyft? He's heard about it because he laughed about. He's trying to keep from laughing about it. There's this girl. She's a. Where is she out of? She's out of Detroit. She's from Detroit. Big girl. I mean, big girl. Big girl.
Oh God.
I'm big. I'm big. I'm a big dude now. I'm fat. I admit to my fatness. But this one is 3 of me.
Jesus. Not calling you fat, but Jesus.
Oh, I'm fat, and it ain't PHAT either. I'm fat. But this one, boy, this one about
check
550. 550 is she a fat?
I got it.
and she's a rapper. She's a rapper. So from the video, there's a video out there where she was trying to get a Lyft ride, and the guy had a BMW, and he told her, he said, "Look, I cannot get you in my car. You cannot fit in my car." And she's like, "I could fit in the car." He's like, "No. First of all, the side specs of my car will not allow you to be in my car. Second of all, you can't put the seatbelt on. Plus my tires. He was talking about his tires not being fit to hold all of her weight."
Right.
And so, he was going into all these things. And so she put this on. She was on live. She went on Facebook Live or Instagram Live, one of the two, and it went viral. So, like a day or two after that, she got a lawyer, and the lawyer was like, "Well, in the state of Michigan, weight is a discriminable offense. Just like you can't discriminate against somebody's race or creed or religion or color. In Michigan, you can't discriminate against somebody's weight." But there were caveats to that law. She kind of put a wide sweep over that law, or whatever that law was. It didn't apply to what this case would have been. But see, but the reason I bring it up in comparison is she's been going on all these. She's been doing a lot of talking, and she's been on all these talk shows, and she's been on these podcasts. And every time she gets on something, she messes up her case all the way around. Like, for instance, she went on the Breakfast Club. They had their normal chair that they put out for everybody, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I can fit in this chair. You got a bigger chair? You got a bigger chair for me?" So they go out and get a couch and pull a couch in.
Yeah.
He's like, "No, this is what I'm talking about. See, accommodation. You're supposed to accommodate. You're supposed to accommodate for bigger people. Bigger. I'm a big guy. Like I said, I'm a big guy. I'm about I weighed in at 305 this morning. Okay, I'm a big guy, but I don't expect nobody to be accommodating for me because of my weight."
God damn it, James! I weigh more than you. I'm 328.
I weighed in at 305 this morning, so I don't know what to tell you.
We will be a true heavyweight wrestling match. We would definitely be.
But yeah, I mean, every time she goes on something, every time she opens her mouth, she ruins her case. And same thing we say here. I mean, and Charlemagne is just a disrespectful motherfucker anyway.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he is petty. He is petty as hell, and he knows it. And he did everything he could to kind of shut her down without shutting her down. He helped her help herself to shutting her case down. He did everything he could to help her mess up her case. And she didn't even know she was doing it.
Is she at least a good rapper? I've never heard of her.
She's nice. I will give her that. The one video that I did see of her that she put out recently. Wow. She's got some flow to her. She's got some flow to her. But as far as this case is concerned, just to bring it back around to where we were talking about, Janelle Grant, all she's doing is throwing it up, throwing it against the wall, like you said, and see what sticks. So, and then she's gonna do that until she gets paid. This is a litigious world we are living in. So
yeah, I know she's had to have gotten some settlement money. I think she needs to kind of take a page out of Cassie's book with this Diddy situation. Cassie about to have another baby. She done got what she got, and she's done with it. The karma has come full circle. People see what Diddy did, how he was greased up, and she ain't got to worry about it no more. public opinion, all that is out there. She's vindicated to an extent. I don't know. I can't speak to, mental and all that stuff, but at least, the comeuppance has happened. So we'll see. But notice Vince, he ain't said nothing about it. Like, I pretty much swept this thing under the rug. I'm out here. What was at the Super Bowl? Him, Shane, and Taker hanging out at the Super Bowl. Had some good seats too. Did y'all see that picture? And not only that, but Vince, he shaved his mustache, his porn stash, looked younger, and in pretty good shape. Because there was a couple other videos earlier last year where he was, had his cane and he was walking. I'm like, wait a minute, that can't be Vince. Maybe that's a deep fake or something. Like, no, that's Kennedy McMahon right there.
That's an old trick. Come on now, that's an old trick. I mean, look, you get a lot of these guys, folks with money and whatnot like that who get sued or whatnot or for certain things. The first thing they go for is sympathy.
You pulled the Ezel. What's the Ezel? My back and my neck, my neck and my
neck and my back.
You get the guy. You get the guy who was in the car accident and whatnot. He just got a little bump on the rear end, and all of a sudden he comes to court. He got the neck brace on and he's got the arm in a sling, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Hey, just like what's his name? The guy smacked by Dr. D. David Schultz.
John Stossel.
If anybody saw it on Vice on Dark Side of the Ring, he was like, yeah. As soon as that check cleared, I got better all of a sudden.
Yeah. It's the power of zeros, man. Shoot, the power of zeros.
He was deaf in one ear for years.
Smack me up.
Then all of a sudden, he went to.
I can hear clearly now. The check is clear.
He went to Jesse Duplantis or somebody. Somebody gave him a wet willy and whatnot and popped his ear out. He's like, oh, I can hear.
Mm-hmm. I heard that money being deposited in the bank. Shoot, y'all hear that cha-ching from my Swiss bank account? Shoot, I need some of that money. Speaking of money, why are they interjecting The Rock into Cody's situation? And then when I have
Did he ever leave?
He's like the hovering cloud of WrestleMania season. But now it's, come to the dark side. For what? What are we trying to accomplish? If they're not going to wrestle, what are we trying to accomplish with bringing Cody to the dark side via The Rock?
Would this be Cody's heel turn?
But for what? That's the question I don't get. If he heel turns and joins The Rock, sells his soul to The Rock, for what? He's already champion. What are you getting out of it? What's the end game with that? What does it provide to the viewers?
Well,
except
let's look.
McIntyre saying, "I told you."
Let's look at the dynamic. Let's look at your top guys right now.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins, face.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, Roman Reigns, face.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So, who else? Who else is in that top spot? Solo is about to probably turn face.
Yeah.
With the way things are going, if they do Solo versus Jacob, it's a WrestleMania like they're talking about. Who's going to be the face in that?
Yeah, and the writing's on the wall for that. The entrance,
Solo, right?
All that. Yep.
So you're starting to run out of heels in the top spots on Raw. Well, he's on SmackDown, but even still, who else you got? I mean, Damian Priest is his face.
Mm-hmm.
Gunter is on his own, but he's over on Raw.
Right.
I mean, you're running out of heels.
Unless they.
So why not turn Cody heel? Have him go back to his natural hair color. Because the only reason he turned blonde was to turn heel back in the Indies. So he goes back to his natural hair color, which he was a heel in his natural hair color while he was with WWE. Dashing Cody Rhodes was a heel with as a brunette.
Does he drop the theme song?
No, because when he was a heel, that's when he got the song. When he was a heel in the Independence, that's where the song came from.
But if he's turning, the heel is still over. I mean, the song is still over. They're singing it. You can't be a heel and them singing your theme song.
But they just changed a little bit. They slow down the pace. They slow down the tempo of it. You know, they don't necessarily change the words, but they just make it a little. They just make the song a little darker.
Yeah, a nice little remix.
Because he's already a heel. I keep saying that. He's already a heel. He's been a heel since in AEW. But you know, a full heel turn is somewhat expected from him at this point. It's just a matter of when.
Right. Who should his first heel victim be? Oh,
I go after Jay.
You got to beg to differ there.
I go after Jay Uso.
Jay through Jimmy? To
just
draw out Jay?
Well, he could use Jimmy to draw out Jay, but they already got that connection already, you know. Because, you know, Jay was already saying, you know, I am going to come after you. But, I mean, we've had some good times, you know. We won the tag titles together. You know, we had that drunken press conference and, you know, we had us a good time and whatnot. But, you know, I'm going to still come after you.
Right. So let me ask you the last question and component of that. Should he stable up or should he be solo? Because I think him and a stable with Kevin Owens and
well, he wouldn't need a stable. He wouldn't need a stable. He got The Rock.
True. But Vince still had a group.
It would be more like
corporation was still more than, you know, one person.
Yeah, but were they really necessary? They were just there.
No, they made for some great TV. Especially when, you know, Stone Cold was interjected in that with Kurt Angle. And I mean, it was just great TV. That was the entertainment part.
He doesn't necessarily need to get a stable around him, I don't think. The only other person I would bring in when he turns heel would be Brandy.
Yeah. Let her be the Vicky Guerrero. Or shoot, now he could bring in Vicky Guerrero. That would be even more entertaining. He'd be instant heel at that point. He'd be MJF at his height of heeldom level scoldering with Vicky Guerrero coming out there just for the excuse me. It'd be almost NWO-ish with Rick Rude just being there.
Yeah, I think Brandy would do a better job.
Oh, Brandy would. She would excel, but I would just want to hear. Maybe that's part of the theme song. Excuse me. Just something, you know, so quote unquote vile to the wrestling listener's ear. And then instead of wrestling has more than one royal family, just excuse me. And maybe it can still be wrestling has more than one. But that excuse me would just be annoying enough.
Well, it's all well, even like I said, even though it's always been he put that song together when he was a heel in the independents to say, yeah,
Right.
wrestling more has more than one royal family, and mine's on top.
Now, yeah, because the Levex is out and the McMahon's is out. So that only leaves the Rhodes. And James, I do agree Judas was over, but once the fans really took that over and made it a thing, it kind of pushed Jericho out of the heeldom. He went into that's in my opinion the Stone Cold level where he was a heel, but man, you just wanted to see it. You just wanted to interact with it. You wanted to, do everything that you saw that person do, even a little bit of the bubbly. That was your mark, KG. That was your thing back in the day.
But a better comparison, though, would be his WWE interest music.
Oh yeah, it's time to talk about that. Break down the walls. What? That is still arguably the best theme song ever.
Break down the walls was his, whether he was a heel or a face.
Yep.
It just worked. So yeah. So I mean, he didn't have to change the music at all. I mean, like I said, he may make it a little darker, slow down the tempo of it a little bit. Take out a lot of all the theatrics and whatnot. Just have him walk in and taunting people as he's coming down the aisle or whatever. But yeah, he doesn't need to do so much.
And should he go? I guess this is a sub question. Should he really go full heel, or should he just be heelish? And what I mean by full heel is he's not staying after the show anymore, signing autographs and doing all that stuff. Full cold turkey, done. Like oh gosh, it's been a while. What's his name? He was broke. I got bad news buried in my head, but not end of days. Baron Corbin. Yeah. Should he go that level of heel?
In this day and age, it doesn't matter. Heels hang out with faces off camera or behind the scenes all the time, so it doesn't matter. Whether he with the crowds and whatnot as he's coming in or not, it doesn't make a difference. At one time, kayfabe would have dictated him not going that route, but in this day and age, you don't even have to. You don't even have to bother. It only matters what he does in the ring.
True that. But Cody's dedicated. I don't know if he would dedicate himself that hard to the opposite side of the spectrum just to get that over. But who knows? Speaking of interesting situations, I'm not sure if y'all heard or saw that we've talked about Shane and AEW, but allegedly from FrightfulSelect.com that Shane was interested in getting equity in AEW for pretty much giving AEW the WWE rub and helping them in any capacity from the McMahon name perspective. But Tony Khan said, "Oh, hell no, Karen," and did not commit to anything Shane was talking about. And Shane had a lot of Shane-ish ideas that he thought would improve the company, but he wanted some of that money to support that. Do you think Tony should have went ahead and opened that endeavor, or do you think it would be more of that TNA when they were just lost in the sauce with bringing Bischoff in and Hogan and everybody and their mama, but nothing really came out of it? KG,
the way I
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, I mean, did anybody learn anything from TNA?
Apparently not.
Because the original TNA with the 6-sided ring, even under the early days of Dixie Carter when Jeff Jarrett still had control, the storylines were great, the talent was great. When she brung in Hogan, and you had the main event Mafia and all those guys, and then Hogan messed all that up. And then, of course, he had to put himself over because nobody's bigger than Hogan, piece of shit. But this is the same thing. If Tony Khan would have brung Shane in the AEW, been the same thing over. But now Shane has great ideas, but it would have looked so WWE-ish. It'd look like a cheap knockoff. But I think Shane probably would have got more out of the talent than what they get out of it too. Because you got a women's division that's not being used properly.
Agreed. Sumo, what do you think? Should he have said deal or no deal?
Well, Tony Khan is gonna have a hard time taking the pencil from Tony Khan. And that looks like what was looking from the way I read the article. That looks like what was trying to happen. That Shane was trying to take over the book.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would it have looked like WWE? Probably. You've probably seen some glimpses of WWE. He probably would have helped out with production a bit. He probably put some butts in the seats. They need help selling tickets. I mean, you see what happened with that Grand Slam Australia.
Yep.
It was a decent show, but it's nothing like it was supposed to be, But I don't know. Shane might have went about it the wrong way, trying to get the equity into it. Made it seem like he was trying to maybe take over, which wasn't going to happen at all.
I gotta disagree with Sumo.
If he was trying to come in and maybe help out with the booking, instead of trying to look like he was trying to overall take over, that'd have probably been one thing.
Right.
But him trying to get equity into the company, that was a stretch.
I gotta disagree with you because the way, when you come in, if he would have asked for money, they would have said he's greedy. But he asked for equity. That way I can invest in this company and I can get something out of it as an investment. I think that's the best way to go because, if you had, to steal a term, skin in the game, you're not going to be there for a hot second. You're not going to be fly by night because they had Eric Bischoff and didn't know what to do with him. And they just paid him basically an appearance fee to go away.
Arn Anderson
paid him an appearance fee to go away. Dean Malenko, backstage, but he never really had any say-so. You got all these people that are getting paid, but they don't have the say-so. So if you have equity, you can actually sit at the table and say, hey, this is not going to work as well as you think it is because we need to go in this direction because the fans don't want to see this. Right. So I think he went about it the right way. But it's a lot to go with. Yeah, it's a big risk to go with it.
Plus,
I get what you're saying, but just like you got these memes on there talking about. I don't know if you've seen them or not, but they got these shorts on there talking about. They go to some men and some women, and they're like, okay, would you rather have $1,000 or would you rather have a Bitcoin?
I've seen
all the women take $1,000 because it's right there. It's easy. It's easy money. All the men say they want the Bitcoin because they know what the Bitcoin could be. Same thing here. If Shane had said, okay, let me get a salary.
Right.
Let me get a salary of say $1 million a year. Then I help you with production. I help you with the book.
Mm-hmm.
And we see what we can do about getting this put together. But no, he didn't do that. He said, I want equity. I want equity in the company. That to me is like The Rock coming in and pretty much taking over TKO. They invited him. Yeah, they invited The Rock. But that's like The Rock coming in and be like, okay, this is my company. I want to be. I'm taking pretty much taking over. Yeah, y'all wanted me to be a part of the board of directors, but I'm taking over now. I'm taking over WWE. Y'all do whatever you want to do with TKO and UFC and all the rest of that, but I'm taking over WWE.
But you
just
also
like
got to think about
the show.
What show?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you also got to think about it from another. Oh yeah, from another perspective. What if everything you said happened?
Storyline or whatever the case may was, they put it on him saying, yes, it was supposed to be a match between Liv Morgan and Naomi, and they took it off the board.
Right.
They just had the mind. They took out Cody. They took Cody Rhodes out of the 6-man that was supposed to be the main event, just so that The Rock could talk to him in the ring. And they got rid of Liv Morgan and Naomi's match to give more time to The Rock to be in the ring to sing when the Saints go marching in. You know what I'm saying?
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
I see your point. But what if Shane does what I would imagine Shane would do and use that McMahon name and, negotiate it and got so much more out of Warner Brothers Discovery? Because the fact that they could say that they're working with the McMahons and other sponsorships and everything else, you already talked about improving the production, to the level of how we saw pre-Netflix and then Netflix day one. That's brand new 8K camera. Just about every camera is 8K instead of the one 8K camera. The drones, they got all this stuff going on in WWE now, Netflix era style. Shane would bring all that in. Next thing you know, AEW's, risen up out of the ashes like the Phoenix. And then Tony says, oh, yeah, I'm going to let you go ahead and go. And then Shane had built up the company and got nothing out of it. So that's why I think Shane may have also looked, because he knows if the moment they do a press release and says that McMahon is a part of AEW or is all elite, stock just went up immediately. So, I would want a piece of the pie too.
I'm not saying that it shouldn't happen.
Right.
I'm saying it wasn't going to happen because he was dealing with Tony Khan.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
I'm saying with Tony Khan, you got to come at him a little differently.
Yeah.
Plus, you got his father backing him up.
Yeah, it's not a money play. It's just a pride play, and Tony can't get out of his own way for what he's trying to do. He wants to take the vision, but the people that clarified and made the vision a tangible reality of focus, you lost. Cody's gone. Kenny Omega doesn't want to do it anymore. Be an EVP. So that means you only got the Young Bucks. The whole
they've actually been stripped of their they've been stripped of their duties. They just EVPs in name only.
Right. And Sam, I agree with Sam posted, why has wrestling been so complicated? Fans weren't meant to know about the inner workings. I agree. It shouldn't be on full display for the masses to digest. But again, keep in mind that that's one thing that people hated on about Vince. Oh, Vince only watches his own product. Vince isn't in the know. It's just like trying to have it both ways. But, that kayfabe thing made sense. That's why it's been around. You protect the business. You protect the finish. You protect the character. There's so many things that are going unprotected. Literally, we can't have a super banger of a match with a strong heel and a strong face, and then you turn right around and do behind the scenes. I don't need to see the inner working. I mean, I want to see it, to live vicariously like I'm there, but I want to have to search for it. I don't want it to just be Next week, we're going to go ahead and show you all the behind-scenes stuff of the making of the match. And then, oh, yeah, we're out here rehearsing the match. You're not even supposed to say the R word. Nobody's supposed to know that it's rehearsed. You're just supposed to see the product, especially since you took house shows. Well, you have no choice, I guess, with technology. We lost the purpose of the house shows. They can't rehearse in front of a live audience without it being shown everywhere. I don't know.
But that's house shows, dog matches. That stuff doesn't work anymore. And it's kind of, dare I say it, because I've been saying it for years. Oh, no, kayfabe's not dead. Nah, kayfabe's kind of dead. Kayfabe died when you found out who the head booker was and who makes the matches. When you found out, and I didn't find this out until late WCW years, that Kevin Nash and Hogan was making the matches, and then you had Dusty doing it for a little while.
Flair,
but I found out what Hogan was in charge of everything. And why does Hogan keep getting a title shot? Okay, you got Goldberg, he's over. Yeah, he can't wrestle, but he's over. Why did they end Goldberg's streak? And you find out it's one person behind all of it.
Yeah, part of that was Bischoff's part. He's got to bite the bullet on that because he shouldn't have given guarantee contract with creative control. That's one of the couple little small caveats that cause a little bit of an issue, leading towards the demise of WCW, is that creative control piece. Things could have went a lot different. Shoot, Bret Hart may not have gotten injured. Other things would have happened that way without that creative control piece.
Hogan's still a piece of shit, but okay.
Yeah. We're never going to get away from that. Never going to get away from it. But I am, for your birthday, going to send you some Real American beer.
Why would you send me piss water?
Because I want you to be able to crack one open. I may send some to Sumo too, so y'all can crack it open in support of Tessa Blanchard. Because they're coming for you, Tessa. They're coming for you. Did y'all see those the videos? The way they was trolling Tessa Blanchard. I don't think she understood what they were doing. Hitting her with the Booker T line.
I'm good. I don't. The simple fact that Tessa Blanchard still has not been yet held accountable for what she said. That's one thing. Hogan hasn't been held accountable. Booing him, yeah, okay, great. You can boo him all you want, but Hogan has a line of history of being that way.
Yeah,
he hasn't been held accountable, but it's okay.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But just in that moment, you could just see that she was just like, "Why do they keep saying that? What's going on?" It's like, because you're racist. Maybe, that could be part of the reason. Tessa, you think?
Oh, she knows.
If she was just go ahead and date a black guy, and she's married, but she can have a black side piece. You think that would give her a pass?
Who she married to?
She's married. She got married. I don't know. He's a wrestler, indie guy. I don't remember his name, but obviously I didn't care. I just saw him. I don't know.
I know she was with Doc at one time. I don't know if they're still together.
Oh, they broke. I mean, I wasn't following her, but I know she was, tied up.
Yep. That's
it's over.
I think that is over. They 2020 to 2023.
Oh wow. Shows how much I care about it. I know she moved out of the States, lived in Mexico, and that was it.
They broke up and he went to Japan. He's been pro wrestling Noah for at least the last 2 years.
Oh wow. So if she start getting the boots knocked by Obafemi, you think she'll get a pass?
Nah.
She start coming in. What is that? The scent commercials? Isn't that a scent commercials where the people start shaking their shoulders for the laundry scents? Have y'all seen that commercial?
Yeah, I've seen it, but I don't know who it's for.
So what if Obafemi, they have a moment, and the next thing you know, she start coming out to the bar. She don't get a pass?
Nah.
Like, come on, man.
Nah.
Just because
I tried to help you out.
You got black in you don't mean that, you know.
The thing with races, though, you don't notice most races go after the very thing that they don't like.
Of course.
Notice a lot of races go have black women that a lot of racist white men have black women that they are affiliated with, or they go or they date, so they have some type of control. You know, they that's what they go for.
All right, so we didn't talk a lot, but we didn't. You know, we had to put some filler in because Elimination Chamber only has 4 matches. Spoiler alert. There's no kayfabe in that. You can actually just find that on the intranets. Well, technically, it's 4 matches and a confrontation between Cody Rhodes and the final boss. Ooh, where that goes.
The whole segment. They'll make that a whole segment. Them going back and forth and including whoever they're going to include in that. You'll probably see. Well, it's Rome. Yeah, Roman's not part of the Elimination Chamber. They took him out for the run-in for that. So you'll probably see Roman involved in that some kind of way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And maybe it'd be nice if we see Jacob Fatu involved in that too. That'd be pretty cool. Just go ahead and make it a thing. Get some family members in there. And maybe Sami Zayn. Who knows? Because Cody needs some help. He needs some friends. He's running out of friends. So we'll go ahead and do our picks for these 4 things. Be interested to see how it goes. I was hoping there'd be more matches that they would slide in coming out of SmackDown, but nope. So expect to be buckled up tight for a nice little hour apiece, or hours of change for the men's and the women's Elimination Chamber. And then we've got a tag team match and an unsanctioned match. And that is your pay-per-view next week on March 1st. So, KG, you plan on coming back to us? Can we see you? Because we want to see you do your normal and write stuff down on a piece of paper that I don't know what happens to it. It just shows up and then goes away again. You finish your Hot Pocket?
I wasn't eating a Hot Pocket.
What was you eating in?
Nothing. Been drinking water, trying to stay hydrated.
Okay, we'll get your electrolytes in. Brondo has electrolytes too. Just want to let you know that.
Who?
Brondo. See, it took forever. Did you not see Idiocracy?
I had to catch what you were saying. That's why I was like, "Ooh!"
You pour it on your plants and everything. It has electrolytes. Curses. Watch the movie, KG. It's a cult classic.
Yes, it is.
Times.
Pretty typical, Brian. It's better for you.
Yep. All right, so we'll do it in save the chambers for last. So first up, unsanctioned match, something we've seen technically many times before, but Kevin Owens versus the Sami Zayn. I'll go first. Got to go KO.
It's a shame they can't make this the last match of the night, because then they can do the lights out thing. We're gonna turn the lights off, because that will be the end of the show. Then we'll turn the lights back on, and then this match will be an unsanctioned match because it won't be part of the card.
What up, Jack? Yeah, it should be. Think that message for you, KG.
I'm not eating anything. I'm just trying to stay hydrated.
Mm-hmm. So, did you get me down for Kevin Owens, KG?
Yes, sir.
All right, Sumo, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Sammy.
Okay.
I gotta agree with Sumo and say Sammy.
Okay. It's a coin toss of a match, but I'm just hoping that something comes of it if Kevin Owens wins, that they have a plan for him going into Mania. So
I think if Kevin wins, it kind of ends it, in my opinion.
I hope so. I mean, we've
If
seen
Sammy,
him fight.
if Sammy wins it, then it gives Kevin more incentive to go after him further.
Yeah. KG, what do you think?
They still have a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Look,
I can see that too. I can see that
Kirkland
go
brand water there.
You said some what kind of water?
Little Kirkland brand.
Oh, okay. Was that just house brand or something you found at
Costco,
Sam's
man?
Club? Oh, Costco. Okay. I mean, I didn't know you was bougie. I don't go to Costco. Costco's the bougie Sam's.
Can't go to Target. Can't go to Sam's.
Damn sure can't go to Target.
Yeah. So, the boycott is real.
Can't go to Walmart.
There you go. See, I'm right there with you, Sam. That Aldi special right there. I'm gonna keep it even more real. It's called Tap. God damn.
Can't go to Aldi either.
I haven't drank tap water in 20.
Man, you better get that tap water with that Chick-fil-A ice. I'm telling you.
22 years I haven't drank tap water.
You get you a Yeti, some tap water, and some Chick-fil-A ice.
Just the thought of tap water, you making me sick to my stomach. I can't do tap water.
You doing it in the shower?
No, drinking tap water. I can't do it.
What you got against tap water? This ain't Michigan. You ain't in Michigan.
It's terrible, man.
Get you a Brita or something.
Got a Brita. Still won't drink it. It still tastes funny to me.
Dang.
I've been drinking bottled water since 2002.
2002?
Yep.
Shoot, you could be rich if you just stopped that. Your dad going bottled water addict.
Wait, hold on. Number one, around that time, I didn't have to buy water. My mother bought water. I lived at home in 2002. So my mother had cases stacked up of bottled water.
So it's her fault.
My grandmother drinking tap water.
It's a damn shame, man.
That wasn't that shit.
There was a time in life when you had to pay for porn and water was free.
Yep.
Now porn's free and water you gotta pay for. Oh, Jack.
Yeah, see, Sam taking it to the next level right there. Got that going right.
That was back in the day. You can't do that now because they don't make hoses the way they used to. I used to drink out of the hose because I couldn't go out.
You can't drink out of these hoses now. You don't know what's gonna come out. You may walk around with the syphilis. Shoot, this mess is dangerous up in here. These daggone hoses. Just saying.
Hibiscus water. Good grief.
That's extra bougie right there. That sound like elitist water. We have to check you out, Sam. You sounding kind of weird now. That hibiscus water. Next, you're gonna start talking about the cucumbers. Make sure you got that cucumber water, which isn't bad, by the way. I'm not gonna lie to you; it's actually kind of good. But that's just a side note. All right, so second match of the night is our tag team match. So it's going to be Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton, or Trishy Time, or whatever they want to call it, against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, the Poison Pixie. So, KG, I think this is pretty much a no-brainer, considering that Nia tried to do the bonsai, splash, and it looked really bad. But he protected the crap out of him. So you can't say, oh, Nia's reckless. She just didn't let the cheeks drop down as forcefully as she normally does.
Because somebody trolled her and was like, oh, my God, all she did was sit down. But then if she would have did it for real, then you'd be like, oh, my God, she's so unsafe. Meanwhile, I'm sitting like this.
Break. Yep.
Right there.
Right. Yeah, she wasn't going. She wasn't
everything.
She wasn't clear. She wasn't going up and down with them heels on. So
I wouldn't be either. Like she could have broke an ankle.
Yeah,
you got to be careful with that. But
They cut the camera in times where you just couldn't see really what really happened, but you kind of got enough of it to know that it was a botch. But
Well,
we give up
not as big as the Tiffany Stratton camera shot. Yeah, I figured you saw that.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah.
It's like, oh my. Ludwig is going to be a little upset about that one.
He already pissed off.
It's okay. Better be pissed off than pissed on. That's your type of thing.
Well, he is German.
Yeah, him and Logan Paul. He when they're cutting that man's grass and whatnot.
Logan don't want that because Logan be like, "Don't make me get my big brother."
Well, I heard Logan Paul ain't allowed in Egypt anymore.
Why? What do he do over there?
I don't know. I
read
something
that.
Say he ain't allowed in Egypt anymore.
He's been banned from entering Egypt.
He probably pissed on a daggone pyramid or something.
Well, that's kind of fucked up.
Well, that's the only thing I can think of that would get him kicked out of a
better term. But I'm gonna go with the Poison Pixies with this one.
Okay, Sumo.
Well, in appreciation of Tiffy and her gift to us on Friday, I'm gonna go with Tiffy and Trish Stratus.
Yeah, I've got to agree, and the only reason why I'm going to go with Tiffany and Trish is because it would look kind of messed up if Trish can't take the pin. So she's not going to get pinned. But if Tiffany takes the pin, she looks weak going up against Charlotte. You can't be like, did you just lose your tag match and you the champion? So she's got to win. And we all know the sacrificial lamb on this is going to be Candice LeRae. She's going to take the fall. And Nia is going to be nullified by the return of her number one nemesis, the ring post. Yep. Speaking of ring post,
can I say something about Nia?
Go ahead.
I don't think enough people are giving her credit for her wardrobe selections the past month.
Oh yeah, she's been on it.
Her wardrobe, her out of ring wardrobe, has been definitely stunning, and she's doing it up. And I seen somebody that they said, I'm normally a Nia hater, but I can't deny it. Like, what is she doing? She's losing weight. She's been losing weight, but this thing with this wardrobe, I don't know if she got a new stylist. She got a new deal with Fashion Nova, Shein, whoever it is. It's working for her.
Well, she's trying to get you to come deliver packages.
You know what they say? I got the goods, hun.
So yeah, as long as you like farm animals, you good, KG.
Spent a lot of time on the farm as a kid, so good with that.
Okay, Jim Cornette. Okay, stop it. We're not good. We've done.
No, I'm saying she has a farm.
Who has a farm?
Nia. She has a legit farm. She's got animals. She got horses. Check her Instagram. She's posted many pictures. She would be out there on the tractor plowing and doing all that stuff. She's got a farm.
I missed those. I ain't never seen her with no farm.
Yeah, go ahead. Go check it out. Check it out. I'll tell you one thing. She is not wanting for any eggs. Them chickens is, they're producing over there. But yeah, she's got a nice little farm. She said that's part of her retirement thing, to be self-sustaining. Because I was like, wait a minute, you got a farm too? Because it's Liv Morgan. Well, at that point, Ronda Rousey, Nia, Sarah Logan, but Logan and Morgan, I believe, live on the farm or the land that Ronda Rousey has. along with Meechin and Shayna Baszler.
Ho. I thought Sarah Logan and Eric Rowan, I thought they had their own farm.
Yeah, they got their own spot.
So they moved. But so she was staying on what's her name's farm. Like I was like, God,
I know they used to come by and they would all make videos together and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they was going from house to house. They was all in the same spot. But yeah,
look Shayna Baszler was living in a house with Meechin and Meechin. It was her, Meechin,
the girl Jordan, not Jordan. What's her name? Jessamine Duke.
It was 4 of them. Jessamine Duke
was there. And it was what's the name? That's what Mox.
Renee
that's over in AEW now. No. The fighter. She was part of that 4 horsewomen thing. Oh gosh.
No, it was 4 of them that were doing the up down thing with Xavier Woods. It was 4 of them and living in the same house.
Yes, Meechin, Shayna Baszler, Jessamine Duke, the tall, skinny one, and what's her name? That's over there with Mox and AEW as part of Death Riders. She's married to
Marina Shafir.
Yes, Shafir was there too.
She's not married to Mox.
No, I said she was with Mox as part of Death Riders.
Oh,
she's part of that group.
She's married to Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong, yeah. But yeah, they all live there on Rhonda's farm.
It was another 2 though. It wasn't those 2. It was 2 other ones. They were all living together one time.
No, they was all a little lesbianic. So they was having a good old time up in there. I know Keith Lee was like, man, I don't mind coming home. I don't know what the heck is going on. I just want to be a part of it. Bask in that glory, I tell you. So KG, you got me for Trishy time?
Yep, got you down.
All right, so now we'll get into the women's elimination chamber. So we've got Roxanne Perez, Bayley, Naomi, Bianca, Liv Morgan, and who the heck is that in this picture? Who am I missing? Is that is that Lyra Valkyria?
Yeah.
She looks a little different in that picture. It almost looked like somebody else. So Lyra, Liv, Bianca, Naomi, Bayley, and Roxanne Perez, all vying for a chance to face Rhea Ripley. So Sumo, you got the first pick. Then I'll go, and then KG.
Even though I should say Liv, I'm gonna say Bayley.
BBL Bayley.
Basketball Bayley too. Hopefully next year she gets to do it again and not have a match the next day where she can really let loose. That'd be a nice thing, but at least she was there. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take a shot on the wild side. I'm gonna go Roxanne Perez. Now I know I'm probably gonna take the L on that one. But if they decide to do something different, she would be that nice little difference.
Well, I mean, she is getting a heavy push right now.
Yeah, I know.
Sam said that Terry Anderson is listed as WWE's seamstress.
Really?
I don't know if she dressed Nia.
Yeah, I don't know if she's making Nia's everyday gear like that.
Maybe now was smart to talk to Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch's stylist. I mean, they're good enough to find them their obscure things, but the stylist is really good at dressing them when it's not those outlandish type of outfits. So KG, it's on you.
Well, I mean, she wouldn't need help with that because I mean, she is a former
model.
She's a former model, so I'm sure she's got connections with people dressing her or whatever.
We're trying to have some connections with the undressed. But KG gets mad about those things.
I'm going to go with Bianca.
Mm-hmm. You trying to split the tag team and have them be the last two in the ring? Is that what you're trying to do?
I don't know if that's going to be the last two, but it's going to be pretty good.
All right. So, KG, you're going to have first pick on the men's. It'll be you, then me, then Sumo. You already know who I'm going to pick anyway. Just because. I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know. I could change it, but let me go ahead. So we're looking at Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and John Cena. Go and pick John Cena, KG. You know you want to. And this is all for an opportunity to go up against Cody.
I'm going to go CM Punk.
All right. Man, I want it to be Cena. That would be interesting, though. If Cena won, then that would make the Rock thing make sense. I'm going to go CM Punk. As much as I want to do it, Cena, I think there's another path for you. And hopefully it's Joe Hendricks. Sumo?
So you said CM Punk,
Cena, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, and Damian Priest.
I'm gonna go Drew McIntyre.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Drew McIntyre. Yeah.
I was gonna say I've seen like him before.
With him taking that loss to Jay Friday night, that last night, and just he needs a heel, and with Drew moving over to SmackDown recently, it kind of makes sense for it to be Drew.
Okay. Hey, Sam, I apologize. We have to figure out. Sam's request was to see if we could get a poll or something in the chat. KG, we'll have to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, because that's what I was just looking at.
Yeah, I tried to slide a screenshot in from Microsoft Snip, but it won't let me do it. So I don't know. We'll have to figure that out, Sam. We'll get that worked out for WrestleMania. I'll promise you that somehow, some way. I don't know how we'll make that happen, but yeah, we'll definitely get that worked out. That'll be a cool feature to have, where we can clock everybody else's opinions and ideas. But in the meantime, you can always put who it is that you think would win in the chat, and definitely be a part of what happens. Because the last thing that is going to happen, I don't know if it's going to be the main event, quote unquote, or not, or that main event slot, or in the middle of the show, would be the face-to-face between the final boss, The Rock, and Cody Rhodes. So that is going to be something else interesting to see. The Rock will probably have 45 minutes worth of intro. Cody will probably do 20. I don't know. Heel Cody may happen. Be nice to get heel Cena, but that's a whole different scenario. So KG, we're not gonna get in trouble, are we?
No, this is actually a productive show, and this is a pick show, so I don't think we'll get in trouble because we did some overtime.
Yeah. Just want to make sure, we don't need the boss BJ like, hey, I clocked y'all in at a nice little something special right there. I ain't trying to get a beating.
Yeah, you got beaten up last week.
Yeah, I did. God dang, she ain't had to do me like that. And then last but not least, if you are a Samoa Joe fan, make sure you support him by picking up that new Yakuza game, because he is in the game and he looks badass, as Samoa Joe should. So you get to play as and interact with Samoa Joe and the new Yakuza game. And this WWE KG, man, 2K, I think they dip their feet, their hands, everything is getting dipped in this water, man, because this game is shaping up to arguably be one of the best wrestling games of all time, and possibly come close to No Mercy. We'll see once it comes out if it can get there, but it's looking pretty doggone tight like a tiger right now, especially with Jey Uso's crowd entrance that was just debuted. Somebody just got shot. Only thing I don't agree with is some of the ratings, but that's neither here nor there, because I'm picking and create my own character anyway and gonna run around the island. So I'm not sure if Dario's a wrestling fan and he want to run around the island, but I may see him in a couple of those nice little ring scenarios. So if you want to get that SmackDown all over his Rudy Poo candy ass, he'll know it's coming. Is he close by? Did he hear
that? Yeah, he heard
you. Good.
And if we plugging people, we plugging wrestlers and whatnot, y'all might want to check out that on Netflix. That no, not Netflix. It's not Netflix. It's Disney Plus.
But they have on Disney Plus.
The neighborhood, that new Spider-Man animated series.
Oh yeah.
Big E has a voice character that he's a character in that he's voicing a character in that cartoon.
I didn't know that. So, gotta support Big E. Good call out on that one. And while we call it out,
I'll let you figure out which one it is. I can tell you, but I don't want to spoil it for you.
No, don't spoil it for me, because the moment you're like, oh, it's Spider-Man. No, I'm just joking. But I'll be listening out for him. But also, don't forget GCW for the first time coming up to the DMV. So hopefully we can get some eyes, some ears, and a microphone out there for GCW. That's going to be pretty huge. Game Changer Wrestler for the first time coming out there to the Mecca. So, a lot of great fans out there. So that's going to be pretty exciting. If you want to get drunk next year, you can go to New Orleans for WrestleMania. That's going to be lit and exciting and crazy. Man, that's back-to-back super events, Super Bowl, and then you get WrestleMania for 2 nights. Man, that economy is going to be banging after WrestleMania leaves next year, for all the money that was brought in this year and next. So I don't think there's anything else to plug there, gentlemen. I'm just going to do a quick little scroll through just to make sure we didn't miss chit-chatting about nothing, but I think we covered it all.
There are a couple of things we could bring up if we got a little bit of time. I mean, we did see Carmella was released here the last few days.
True that, yeah.
He's on the alumni page now.
Right.
So she's been having a lot of health issues and dealing with a lot of things as far as her foot is concerned. Her contract wound up running out, and they didn't renew with her. So best of luck to her wherever she ends up or whatever happens to her here soon. Um, Interesting story to come out of WWE. They have picked up the rights to Lucha Underground.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It slipped my mind. That's going to be exciting, especially if it shows on Netflix.
So we'll see what happens with that. They're talking about revamping Lucha Underground. Now, the way I'm seeing it, the way I'm looking at it, is just another slap in the face by WWE to Major League Wrestling because they are still using the Lucha Underground storyline, kind of in their programming because they changed it from Lucha Underground to Azteca Underground, and they
Right.
still have Mario Cueto, who was the main guy running Lucha Underground as their booker, and they have Serena De La Renta, who was like one of the main managers within Lucha Underground as part of that show. And they bring in all the Mexican wrestlers through the Azteca Underground um, aspect of the show. So how they continue to use that in MLW, I don't know I don't know if they're gonna how that's gonna affect them or not with WWE taking over Lucha Underground. Um, will this take from MLW as far as the Mexican wrestlers available to them? Will they? Are they going to pull from AAA and CMLL? Because both of those organizations have a lot of affiliation with New Japan and AEW and others. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll have to see what happens there. Um, WWE has put together two new championships for
Yep.
the WWE ID program. They're going to
Do you
have
agree with that?
uh, I don't know. I have to see how they work it because it's only going to be available to certain organizations that are affiliated with
Right.
them. Is this going to be a gateway into the Evolve program that they're going to start? Is this going to be a gateway into directly going into NXT? How's it going to work out?
Right.
We don't know how they're going to deal with that. We'll have to see where that goes. Um, Also, they have a new signee for the NIL program in WWE, the Next in Line program. They just signed Brock Ricksteiner. And for those who don't know who Brock Ricksteiner is the son of Scott Steiner.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been training a lot here lately, trying to get into ring shape. I mean, he's still playing football for whatever the school is that he's playing for. I forget what school he's playing for right now, as far as football is concerned. But he's getting into ring shape. So you could one day see Brock Ricksteiner and Braun Breaker, the cousins, getting together and reforming the Steiner tag team,
Mm-hmm.
second generation of the Steiner tag team.
That'll be disgusting right there.
Hey, can I say something on that? He goes to Jacksonville State, but here's just a thought. The same thing with Animal's son. God, he was a laryngitis. He went to Ohio State. Everybody swore up and down that he wasn't going to go to the NFL. Just come on and wrestle. Just because they're sons of wrestlers. Remember, these wrestlers played football. Lex Luger played in the NFL before he ever graced the square circle.
Right.
Big Cat Ernie Ladd, football player, pretty damn good one. Before he ever graced the square circle. Ron Simmons, aka Farouk, one of the greatest Florida State Seminoles of all time. Only him and Deion Sanders have had their numbers retired at FSU.
Yep.
Just because they're sons of legends does not mean that they have to wrestle. Like, everybody seems to push that so hard. And I'm like, there's other things to do.
But they do have a tendency to come into the fold out of nowhere and just decide, like, hey, you know what? I think I may want to go ahead and get into the business.
And it seems to happen when the NFL doesn't come a calling. But then sometimes I think that the NFL doesn't come calling because what they call him in The Godfather 2, the black hand comes in and starts moving some inner workings so you can go do that.
I mean, they got automatic hook in. Yeah. I mean, it's not like they have to. In old days when you had to go through the independents to go through the territories in order to build up into getting into a major organization. They got a hook in. So I mean, it's easier money for them. They know they're gonna get at least the minimum. What's the minimum to get into the main roster in WWE? Like $250,000.
It's right around $350 now.
So I mean, it's easy money for them, and I mean, and it's not like they come in with a name.
Mm-hmm.
So people know who they are. People are going to gravitate to them. So I mean, it's kind of easy for them to get into the business that way. It's not like, because who was it that they were talking to? It was an interview I was looking at. It was like, I know I'm going to come in because of my name, but I don't want to be that. When they did the first episode of LFG.
Oh yeah.
And the promo, and they had them doing the promos, and they were talking to Evander Holyfield's son, and he was doing his promo, and he was saying, and they were saying, yeah, you don't have to build up on your father's name, but you're still a Holyfield. People are going to still know the Holyfield name, so you can you can use the Holyfield name as your part of your promo, but you're not riding on your father's coattails. You want to make a name for yourself,
right?
So, I mean, you got these athletes, these sons that come from these athletes and whatnot from all over the place, and they're gonna make names for themselves. They're not gonna keep their names, of course. They're gonna come in under another name. They're not gonna keep their born names or their government names, but they got to come in and make a way for themselves, and it's easy money for them because they don't have to work so hard.
Yeah.
You go into the NFL, you got to sit on the bench your way in, and whereas you could come into WWE and you could win a title on your first night, depending on how you want to push you.
True.
Very true. But we'll see what happens. But in some instances, it's like you need to come and be a part of this. The ones I'm waiting on, or the number one I'm waiting on, is Aurora Rose Levesque. I'm waiting for her to step into NXT and see what happens. See how that changes the game.
You know what?
And Brock's daughter too.
This is the thing.
Mark Henry's son.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's got to be debuting in some capacity soon.
This is the thing. Everybody wants to see that until they get it, and then, or if it's not the second generation or third generation, or in some cases the fourth generation child that they want to see, then it's, oh my God, the only reason why you're there is because it's nepotism, who your dad is, who your family is. Look at The Rock's daughter.
About to say, you leave Ava right out of this.
Has paid her dues, but people are all mad because she's there. Oh, only reason why you're there is because of your dad.
Has she paid her dues though?
She went through all the training. She's been training for years.
Yeah.
Before she made the NXT roster, she was training for years. And she went to NXT to get, to cut her chops. That was her first real job. And she did pretty well. But when they took her out of the reason why she's not in ring action, because she's The Rock's daughter, and oh my God, he wasn't that great. Everybody gets revisionist history, and then you got a problem. That's where I got the problem. Either you're going to be hot or you're going to be cold. You cannot be lukewarm.
Right. Well, I'd say she paid her dues, but she was probably, I would say, paid her dues more on the back of the house end, on a production end. Just being around, being part of it. Going to the shows more so than, being on that canvas. So, I think she's in the lane she's meant to be in. We'll see if anything, moves from there. But, as many top talent as she's being able to interact with, she's doing more backstage segments. They've gotten better. So, we'll see where it leads. But, if she could transition from that to GM of Raw, SmackDown, hey, that's still a career. And she's not getting injured, but still hanging out with all the boys and the girls. Plus, that's a lot of pressure for her. I'd say that's probably more pressure for her than Charlotte. Charlotte at least was an athlete. So she's done some, major things in the volleyball side of stuff. Ava, I haven't really heard of, doing any collegiate or whatever. But, you just got arguably one of the biggest talents of all time as your lineage. What do they expect her to do? She's going to be rock bottom and everybody, cutting promos, talking about Hermie and all this stuff. She can't do that. It's a lot of pressure. Are you going to stalk her though, KG? Are you going to stalk her?
No, I'm not a stalker.
Allegedly.
I have never been.
You just deliver packages. I'm not making it up. You just deliver packages. I got your here's your 23andMe, Jordan. Here's your Adam and Eve. Here's your Amazon. And I know I'm not an Amazon driver, but here's your Amazon. Oh, you ain't got nothing to say, KG? You gonna be quiet on that one?
Nope, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
All right, then we'll let you have it. So we did definitely crack 2 hours this time. It's not even Mania. So I think I'm good to tell y'all to diversify your bonds.
Konnichiwa, bitches.